to another episode of On the Spot Painting. We're moving on from the other robot we're doing to this new robot done with cold pressed paper. I'm very excited about it. Kind of formed it out already. I started drawing this when I painted it, and I thought, wow, it'd be great to kind of show you guys what my progress of this one. This is sort of a fighting samurai robot. Sounds kind of like a cool concept. Really, the real reason for any robot use, for me, you're thinking, why would a robot need to use a sword or a blade, and in regards, I'm thinking more of the idea that it's kind of cost effective, or not cost, but more, say that you run out of ammo, you run out of whatever the robot fires with, weapon, and if you need to take close combat, then that's what you do. So, more on the logical side, I think these robots would be more efficient, try to, whatever is efficient to complete the whatever mission they're doing. So again, you're just joining me on this. Usually when I do these robots, I'm not really documenting it. I'm not really, giving a kind of instruction, but it's kind of like I want you to join me in this process of it, and the excitement, how it can be fun, maybe encourage you if you're an artist or just starting to come up with doing art. And this is how I feel like I'm hopefully taking watercolor in a new direction in some ways by doing these with, usually maybe these robots would have been done in other mediums, other forms. People use maybe graphics on their computer to get this kind of style, and I'm using watercolors. So I think that's what makes maybe my artwork a little bit different from what's out there in regards to robots. So it's really my medium. That's what I use. I'm really fascinated with watercolor, how it handles. It's so good to be back to, honestly, doing cold press paper, because I had a lot of frustrations with the hot press, but I mean it's nothing that frustrating, but the fact is I just realized how much more I can actually do. The cold press, like I said, it would take a lot of I gave it a lot of praise when I was doing that new series, and I was kind of happy with it, but then towards the end I was a little bit to get that final touches, it was going to take a little bit, and that's what I was kind of a little bit on the edge there, not edge, but kind of, my opinion was a little bit slightly different than when it was when I first began. So if I was doing like a commentary based on what I thought of hot press versus cold press, and it's just that I need to get more accustomed to the medium and to the paper. I feel like the paper does have so much potential there. It just, for me, it just feel like I needed to have more time with it, more practice, and that's basically with every medium you do. You're not gonna pick up a paper paintbrush, watercolor, and instantly draw, or paint something, that you see on YouTube or something like that. I mean, if you do, then you definitely have that exception to the rule of it takes time. I just want to encourage you, because you might be out there, you might be a little frustrated, like, how come I can't get there? Believe me, I was there. I've been there. I was there, and 7th, 8th grade, I was there in 9th grade, watching these artists that were really good, and it's like, man, when am I going to get there? And you know what? It just takes perseverance, and it just takes time. It takes a little bit of quite a bit of practice. And you know what? You'll form your own style. Don't really try to be like another artist. I mean, be yourself. Be creative. Nothing against emulating another artist or maybe even copying their style in some ways, but also at the same time, do what works for you, do your style of painting, and take what you can from what other artists bring to you. But you might watch something you might be encouraged by, but make your own art, bring your own style to it, and flair, whatever you want to call it. Just bring your own ideas to the artwork and to the world, because what it is that you're creating something that hasn't been made before. You're creating an artwork that has not been, no one's seen it because you haven't created it yet. It's almost as if the images were always on that paper and you just kind of brought it to life. But a lot of, it's just your imagination or whatever it is. You're really just working out that image in your mind, and to bring it from your imagination to actually onto the paper is an amazing thing. You're just it's exciting. I don't want to call it that. I just want to call it that. It's what every artist, I think, strive for. The artist, he or she, really strives to do, and when they're making art, they're just creating that, and then they want to see it come about. You had an idea, you had a thought, and then you see that thought come to life, and it's really most exciting thing you can have. I mean, honestly, other than maybe having success in your artwork or selling or doing whatever you're doing, but the enjoyment of art is in the art itself and the creating itself, and not so much in what you can get out of it. You don't want to say, oh, I'm not going to create my artwork because I'm not going to make any money on it, I'm not going to do this and that. That's not what it's all about. It's about, hopefully you could, and if that's your goal, that I would try to strive for that. If there's some way for them to make a living or to have a little bit extra income through your artwork, that's great. I would hope so. But even if not, really realize that what you're creating is something that has not been there before, somebody has not seen, because you haven't created it yet. So I'm really testing out this new tripod here. I'm very happy with it. I just had to learn how to get the right angles, and it slightly moves around because maybe it's where the desk is and stuff. So I had to do several takes on this to get this just right. So bear with me. And I always want to bring to you quality as much as I can. As I branch out and do more things, more artwork, I might step out and do some other subject matters that are really different than these. Just doing robots all the time. I have a passion for the robots. I have a passion to do these robots because I just enjoy it. I like to see them come together. I love to see something maybe come out of it one day, just a story or some sort of a book that would be related to these robots, and hopefully in the future I could do that. But at the moment, I'm just creating new robots. I'm just creating new scenes that possibly be on my website one day. And alright, so again, this robot's more of a kind of a samurai fighting kind of robot. And I'm just trying to take into account he has a sword in the back, so he has access to get to it. So I thought it was kind of cool. Like I think I just mentioned this maybe just earlier in this video, that why would robots need to have weapons? But you know, practicality, it's like it's to have it in case, you know, you're in close combat or battle, or you don't have no other weapons. You know, you have your sword, and that's what I'm thinking of. That these robots are very, I don't know what the word is, efficient. You know, they're thinking of what is logical. You know, you technically run out of your supply of, you know, weapons. What do you do in combat? You gotta still fight. Now, I may branch out to do other kind of robots, maybe service robots or whatever, and that might be in the future of these. I really haven't done a whole lot of that even in my Age of Robotica, so we may branch out how, you know, what I'm going to do. You know, that's still forming here. So I honestly enjoy this a lot. This is my passion to do these, and I hope you are joining in. Just like I just want to mention, just go ahead, and if you have a passion, just take it to run with it and just see what happens. Yeah. All right. So we're forming the blade. I mean the head, and then the weapon itself, the handle, the hilts, or well, sorry, the handle of the blade. Sorry about that. That way it has easy access to get to, like come around his back and, you know, so fight. So. Well, we are going to call it a night for this one today. So I just want to see how this, just to see. I'm very excited to see this one come about, and this one robot. It's actually happening quite quickly. So you guys are just joining me on this project. And so it's like a. Let's see now. I think with a little bit of red here in the visor. It's a little tricky. And I just want to thank you for joining me on another episode of On the Spot. And just noticed I added a little extra details to the visor here. And so I just encourage you to feel free to subscribe to my channel. And we'll keep producing more artwork as it goes. And have a very good night. Thank you.